Let's begin with claims and reasoning. A claim is essentially a statement or assertion that expresses the writer's or speaker's position on a topic. It's not just a fact, it's something that needs to be proven. For example, all students should wear uniforms is a claim, but it needs to be supported by evidence. Evidence includes facts, data, statistics, or expert opinions that back up the claim. Reasoning connects the evidence to the claim by explaining why the evidence matters. In other words, reasoning is how you justify your argument. Without evidence and reasoning, a claim is just an opinion. Let's start by defining some key terms that we'll be using throughout this presentation. Setting. This is the backdrop of our stories, the time, place, and social environment in which the events unfold. It's not just a static background, but a dynamic element that can greatly influence the story. Plot. Think of this as the skeleton of the story. It's the sequence of events that make up the narrative, typically following a cause and effect relationship. Exposition. This is how the author introduces important background information to the reader. It includes details about the setting, characters, and the initial situation of the story. Rising action. After the exposition, we have a series of events that build tension and lead to the most exciting part of the story. This is called the rising action. Climax. This is the turning point or the moment of highest tension in a story. It's often the most exciting or dramatic part. Falling action. After the climax, we have events that lead toward the conclusion. This is called the falling action. Resolution. Finally, we have the conclusion of the story, where conflicts are resolved and loose ends are tied up. Understanding these terms will help us analyze stories more effectively. A claim is an assertion or position on a topic that requires proof to be accepted as true. It's a statement that reflects the writer's perspective or stance on an issue. The claim could align with or challenge widely held beliefs. For example, a student might claim, requiring PE classes in schools harms students more than it helps them. This is a claim because it presents a position that needs to be proven with evidence. Throughout this presentation, we'll explore how to formulate effective claims that are clear and defensible. There are different types of claims, and understanding these helps you shape your argument more effectively. Fact claims are about objective, verifiable information. For instance, the Earth revolves around the Sun is a factual claim. Value claims express a judgment about the worth or importance of something, like saying education is the most valuable asset a person can have. Finally, policy claims suggest a course of action or advocate for a change, such as schools should implement a mentorship program. Knowing the type of claim you're making will guide the kind of evidence you need to support it. Now, let's talk about evidence, the proof that supports your claim. Evidence demonstrates the validity of your argument. When gathering evidence, it's crucial to ask yourself, does this support my claim? Is this source credible? And, am I presenting the evidence accurately and in the right context? The quality of your evidence matters more than the quantity. A few strong, well-researched pieces of evidence will always outweigh a long list of weak or irrelevant points. Evidence can take many forms: facts, statistics, expert opinions, personal experiences, and real-world examples. Choose evidence that best supports your specific claim. Not all evidence is equally persuasive. Some types of evidence are more effective depending on your audience and the context of your argument. For instance, statistics and data tend to be highly persuasive for most readers because they provide concrete, objective facts. Expert opinions are also compelling because they come from individuals who are authorities on the topic. Real-life examples and analogies can help clarify complex ideas and make them more relatable. It's important to evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of each type of evidence and choose the most convincing for your argument. Once you have your evidence, you need reasoning to explain how that evidence supports your claim. Think of reasoning as the glue that connects the claim and the evidence. It shows the logical flow of your argument and demonstrates why your evidence proves your claim. For example, if you claim that mentorship programs improve student outcomes, your reasoning might explain how a study showing improved academic performance directly supports your position. Without clear reasoning, your audience might not understand why your evidence matters or how it relates to your claim. Creating a strong argument is a process. It starts with topic exploration, where you gather information and consider different perspectives. Then, you move on to formulating a claim, your central argument or position. Next is evidence gathering, where you find credible sources that support your claim. Reasoning comes next, where you explain how your evidence supports the claim. Finally, you refine your claim based on the evidence and reasoning to ensure it remains strong and defensible. This cyclical process helps you develop a well-rounded and persuasive argument. Incorporating outside sources into your writing can make your argument much stronger. To do this effectively, you need to know how to use direct quotes, paraphrase, and summarize. When you use a direct quote, you are borrowing the exact words of an expert to add authority to your argument. Paraphrasing allows you to express the same ideas in your own words, and summarizing condenses the key points from a source. Each of these techniques can help you integrate research into your writing and show that your argument is supported by credible evidence. Not all claims are created equal. To be effective, your claim needs to be interesting, defensible, and specific. A strong claim should provoke thought and discussion, not state something obvious. For example, instead of claiming that exercise is important, a more compelling claim might be requiring PE in schools can harm students' mental health. Additionally, your claim must be defensible, meaning it can be supported by credible evidence and sound reasoning. Avoid claims that are too broad or overly obvious, and aim for a nuanced position that challenges your audience to think critically. To critically evaluate any argument, you need to identify the claim, evidence, and reasoning. Start by identifying the claim, which is the writer's central position or argument. Next, locate the evidence. This could be facts, data, quotes, or examples that support the claim. Finally, evaluate the reasoning, how the writer explains the connection between the evidence and the claim. This process allows you to assess the strength of an argument and determine whether the evidence truly supports the claim.